Yesus, sepanjang hidupku tinggikan namamu, ku rindukanmu Yesus. Oh Tuhan, kasih-Mu tiada berdua. Bila ku merenungkan kasih-Mu, bagaikan anak di pelukannya, harapan ditemukanku di hadirat-Mu Yesus, Kau Tuhan segalanya. Ku rindukanmu, ku rindukanmu, ku rindukanmu Yesus, sepanjang hidupku tinggikan namamu, ku rindukanmu Yesus. Terima kasih Yesus. Serahkan dosaku, kekuranganku, ku ingin lebih dari-Mu. Pulihkan hidupku, Kau sempurnakanku. Serahkan dosaku, kekuranganku, ku ingin lebih dari-Mu. Pulihkan hidupku, Kau sempurnakanku. Serahkan dosaku, kekuranganku, ku ingin lebih dari-Mu. Pulihkan hidupku, Kau sempurnakanku. Serahkan dosaku, kekuranganku, ku ingin lebih dari-Mu. Pulihkan hidupku, Kau sempurnakanku. Kasih-Mu tiada terbanding. Kasih-Mu tak terbanding. Kasih-Mu tak terbanding. Ku rindukanmu, ku rindukanmu, ku rindukanmu Yesus, sepanjang hidupku tinggikan namamu, ku rindukanmu Yesus. tiada banding. Terima kasih Yesus.
All right, we're here. We're joined with Clement and Pastor Andy, of course. One is the co-songwriter, and of course, we also have the worship leader who sang the song. I'm sure you're very familiar with them because if you watch this segment right now, you must have watched the previous segment where they sang and they performed for us. And by the way, guys, welcome to Uncover as well. It's the show where we uncover the songs, the meaning behind the songs as well. And today, we're very, very privileged to be joined by the both of you. So let's get straight down to business, guys. How are you guys doing today? Good?
Great.
Especially after that, right?
Yes, relieved.
Yeah, relieved as well. Good, because that's the whole, that's the whole kind of setting we want to have here. It's all relief and it's a very casual interview, but we want to know a little bit more about the song that you just sang, which is Kurindukan Mu. So let's start with Pastor Andy, because you are the co-songwriter of this song. So is it fair for me to ask you, I think you're the best person to ask already, what's the inspiration behind this song?
Okay, just a bit of qualification.
Yes.
The main writer of the song is Pastor Joe Vijay, who's in Melbourne, so he can't be with us here. He and I have a history of writing songs together. We write a lot of songs together in the past 10, 20, 12 years. My part in this song is the translation part and turning the song from originally English and then to Bahasa Indonesia and then to Bahasa Malaysia. So my part is that. The inspiration, I believe, according to Pastor Joel, is two passages of scripture, which is Luke 15, where the story of the prodigal son is found, and then of course Luke 7, which is where the story of the woman who came into the room and washed Jesus' feet with her hair. And both those stories are about redemption, about God's love and about coming back to God. So that's the inspiration behind the song.
Right.
The scriptures,
I think it's so great to know as well that there is a Bahasa Malaysia song, by the way. I loved it that, we're doing Uncover and one of the songs is in Bahasa Malaysia. Because I think it's so important as well that, when we celebrate our country, Malaysia, it's a beautiful country. It's made up of so many different languages and cultures that we have a Bahasa Malaysia song. So is there like a thing where you always do Bahasa Malaysia songs or is this just one of them now?
We really believe that Malaysians, we should write more songs.
Right.
And of course, a lot of us tend to write English songs because, we go to English-speaking churches, we sing English songs. But we are intentionally trying to write more and more Bahasa songs. So this song was originally written in English. He was in Melbourne when he wrote it. And I think the original title is More of You.
Okay.
And so the chorus goes, I want more of you.
Right.
And he only wrote the verse and the chorus. And then he went to Indonesia for a mission trip after that. And there he taught the song. And then the Indonesians felt like, we can translate this.
Right.
And as they were translating it, the depth of the song and the depth of the language just kind of like, it brings it deeper.
Wow.
So he thought, okay, maybe we should actually translate the whole thing. And there in Indonesia, they wrote the second verse and chorus and then the second bridge as well.
I see.
And so then he brought it back to Malaysia. And a lot of the words were Indonesian. And so some of the expressions were a bit different. So when we wanted to record it here, we had to find some Malaysian words and translate it again.
Yeah.
So it actually went through quite a process.
Wow.
The intention is to have more worship songs in our national language.
Fantastic. Yeah. Now over to you now, Clement. Can I just say before I ask you any questions, Bahasa Malaysia sounds like almost like a first language to you because I think you have a natural mastery to this language. Because as you were singing the song, it wasn't like someone who tak tahu cakap Bahasa Melayu or tak tahu cakap Bahasa Malaysia, and then you're singing it like you're trying so hard. It sounded so easy and it came so naturally to you. So how did this come about for you?
Well, I think I can say that deep down in my heart, I'm truly Malaysian.
Right.
So as all of us here.
Yeah.
I think the challenge was when I first told that I needed to lead a Bahasa song. To me, it was a bit surprising because in my life or ministry and my experience, I never get to lead in Bahasa songs so often.
Right.
But so when this song came, right, I felt very honored and very, I sort of like gelled very easily with the song.
Yeah, I can tell you did. You really, really
And
did.
coming from Terengganu,
Yeah.
most of my time speaking, Bahasa Melayu, it's growing up. It's something that is very natural to me, lah.
That's fantastic. So what do you think of the song? I mean, that's a good question to just ask
song,
you.
It's almost like a modern Davidic hymn or a chorus. The melody is simple. The words are just so simple and easy to follow.
Yeah.
And can just jump straight into it and just worship God with it.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. And I 100% agree with you because while you guys were singing as well, I think a lot of us were behind the camera and we were actually worshiping with you because it's so easy to catch on. And then, as the chorus goes as well, it's very easy to just be so absorbed into it. And I think it makes it such a powerful song and something that is also very easy for churches and for anybody who's listening right now who wants to try out the song as well to sing it in their churches. Now, Pastor Andy, what sort of challenges? Now, I understand you were more involved in translation work as I speak to you now. And you mentioned as well, because it went from English to Bahasa Indonesia, and then it came on to Bahasa Malaysia. Now, what kind of challenges did you face when you were sort of maybe translating the song? Did you receive any guidance from Pastor Joel, or you just went along your way and he just approved everything?
So happened, Pastor Joe from Melbourne went to Indonesia and then he came to Malaysia. So we were actually together physically when we were arranging the song.
You mean in Indonesia itself also?
No, I was not in Indonesia when he was there. So after Melbourne, then Indonesia, he went back to Melbourne, then he came to Malaysia.
I see.
And that's when we decided, hey, let's record this song.
Right.
And so, to be honest, the only version I know is the Bahasa one.
Right.
And then he told us later, actually, I wrote it in English. And I looked at the words and I go, yeah, it sounds better in Bahasa.
You actually told him that?
Yeah. And then as we were singing it, we realized, hey, some of these words not very natural to a Malaysian. They are quite, it's very similar language, Indonesia and Malaysia, but then there are some expressions that are quite different.
Do you have an example, like right at the top of your head? Do you remember?
I knew you were going to ask something like that, but I actually can't remember which one. I think the word terbanding was one of the words we were toying with. Like, I think the Indonesians said slightly differently.
Right.
And so we wanted to
localize it.
Localize
to
it.
really fit the Malaysian
because we had this vision. We foresaw that one day Malaysian churches will sing it, and we want it to sound natural and something they can connect with.
Yeah.
I think the greatest challenge is the translation.
Right.
Translation is difficult business because you want to try to keep the original meaning.
Yes.
And even saying it right, like the chorus in English goes, "I want more of you."
Mm-hmm.
The Bahasa version is Kurindukan Mu.
It's a bit different.
So if you
I don't put it out. It's actually a little bit different.
Yeah. So if you translate Kurindukan Mu like literally, it's not "I want more of you."
Exactly. Just I miss you, ma. Right.
Yeah. But yet that's how a Bahasa speaking Christian would say it to God, like if they want to say "I want more of you."
So
because
you sort of contextualize it as well, right?
Yeah. So Kurindukan Mu is more like I hunger for more of you, or
okay.
Yeah.
I understand that. Now, Clement, I know you answered it in part just now, but take us through the journey when you were first approached to sing this song. I want to know whether was it like yes, I've been waiting, or was it, oh, no, I don't think I can sing it. What kind of reaction did you have when you were first approached to sing this song?
Okay, let me walk you through my experience with this song.
Rewind back it for us.
Yeah, so when I first listened to the chorus, the whole song, finally, okay? So the chorus stood out for me. Kurindukan Mu, and it sort of felt like a very devotional, lovey-dovey kind of song.
Yeah.
The song that, full of jiwang, you can sing to your girlfriend, that kind of thing. So it has that kind of feel.
Yeah.
But at the same time, as more I studied further of the song, it wasn't the chorus that caught my attention. It was more of the opening line. Kau datang dari syurga ke bumi.
Yeah.
Why I felt that captivated me was that whole line itself, it carries a lot of weight. It talks about a God sending his only son down to earth so that we can be reconciled to God, so that we can have this relationship. And that word, that whole sentence itself already carries so much weight that the Lord actually, Jesus walked on earth and he identifies with how we feel, the journey that we go through, our hardship, our suffering, our joy, our pain. He understands it all.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of the song. That the first line already caught my attention. It's not so much of Kurindukan Mu, that affectionate song, but to realize that we have this amazing God that sends His only Son.
Yeah.
And I felt that the Lord knows the meaning of sacrifice, the meaning of letting His Son to go through the cross.
Wow.
And that itself speaks to me, that it teaches me and gives me this appreciation that the Lord sacrificed so much for my salvation.
I think that's just such a great attitude to have as well when you sing this song, and we can tell as well while you were singing as well. And now I understand why you can sing it like that, because you have this sort of mentality going in just with that first line.
I didn't
set the
share
tone.
this with Pastor.
Yeah, but it's just set the tone so right.
Exactly. It speaks to me that differently.
Yeah. And speaking about it, but maybe Pastor Andy, because you were involved with translating it to the Malaysian language, he obviously has shared one of his favorite parts of the song, which is just straight up the opening line. And do you maybe have sort of like a favorite part to this song that you like? Maybe the bridge, the one that really captures you. Maybe the first line for him,
Yeah.
Is there a favorite?
For me, it is the bridge.
Right.
Serahkan dosaku, kekuranganku, because that's who we are, right? Like when we come before God, we realize how holy He is, and how wonderful He is, and how lacking we are. But yet He accepts us.
Right.
He takes our sins and far away, like the east is from the west. That part really, every time I sing it, I just realize how God is and how me I am. And so this gap, but then God closes this gap. It's He who closes the gap, not us. There's nothing we can do to grow closer to Him. So He drew closer to us. So the bridge really gets me each time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I mean, there's so many parts of this song that I think a lot of people can relate to. But Clement, for you, when you sing this song, before you sang it, or rather when you were singing it, or maybe when you're practicing it, did you receive any guidance from Pastor Andy as to how to sing it? Because you have an amazing voice, and as a singer, I imagine that you have your own take to the song, right? How your creative, your juices will just direct you a certain way. So did you receive any guidance from Pastor Andy, or did he just allow you to, you know what, Clement, just take it and go lah. Just do whatever you want.
He
How was
trusts
it?
his team very much.
Right.
And we just work along the way. So in the live recording, Matt Rajendram was leading the song together with me. So we kind of split our parts.
Okay.
And when I think of the whole program, the live events that we're going to record this, and the approach of it, for me it's more of having a collective of people singing the song, worshiping the song, offering that kind of song to the Lord as worship, and I'm just taking like a step back, giving space to people to just be ministered to with the song, and also minister the Lord with the song. So I'm not doing so much of it. Rather than I'm taking a lead, but also a step back so that people can commune with God. Because I think ultimately that song says Kurindukan Mu. At first I asked like why do we use the term? No, because it's not accustomed to me, because I sing a lot of English song, right? So singing that in Bahasa. It's not just, sometimes we express ourselves, it's not just by the words, but also the expression of it. So when we say kurindu, right, it's like, I miss that person and I want that person. I want to commune that person. And I pray that, whenever the listeners listen to the song, it will be an invitation to commune with God, to have this relationship with Jesus. I think ultimately that is what I felt that the song should approach. The song should to be catered to that, to move towards that.
I think that's amazing, Clement. I think on that note, we're slowly running out of time here. But Pastor Andy, same thing, Clement has shared from his heart as well. So for you, when you think about this song, when you were translating it, obviously you had a very long-term vision with it. And I think it's a very appropriate question to ask you. What is your hope with this song, for yourself or for others who are listening to it, even for churches at large? What is your hope for this song?
I think generally songs have power when we connect with the song. I think songs work when it says something we want to say but don't have the words for it, right? And hopefully this song will serve that purpose. Like, I want to say something to God and I want to say it in my national language. Like, what do I say? What are the words? And hopefully this song can do that, can help you do that, can help you worship God in that way. For the churches who are already Bahasa speaking, but also for the rest of us, because we're Malaysians, right? I think it would be beautiful if all of our churches can include songs in our national language to worship God with in this nation. So that would be the hope and the dream.
Fantastic, guys. Before I let you guys go, any last words, Clement? Anything you want to share? Anything the Holy Spirit impressed upon your heart?
Well, I'm very happy to be a part of this project. And thank you, Brandon, and the team for inviting us and to include us in this journey. And we hope that there will be more future opportunity for us to share our songs and our talents.
Fantastic. Pastor Andy, anything from you?
Write more songs, write more Bahasa Malaysia songs. The first Bahasa Malaysia worship song that I wrote took me 1 entire year to complete.
Wow.
So don't give up. Keep doing it. We need more of that.
Fantastic. On that note, guys, we want to say thank you so much for listening in to Uncover. We've been very privileged to have Clement here and Pastor Andy with us, sharing from their heart about the song, what the song means as well. And we hope that you have also been inspired and encouraged and blessed. And hey, you know, like we said, right? Like what you said as well, if you want to sing this song in your church, maybe Pastor Andy, you can share, how do we get maybe chords, for example, right? How do we get the sheets, for example? Is there a way for us to do that?
Okay, so go to the Revolution YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/youaretherevolution. There are videos there of these songs. In those videos, there are the links for you to click on and request for the chords. You can get them for free. We just need you to request.
That's it. So simple. So churches, worship leaders out there, elders, board members, pastors, if you're listening out there, make sure you guys get this and get the links as well. I think most likely we'll provide the links in the description box below as well. Thank you so much, Clement. Thank you so much, Pastor Andy, for being here, for being a part of Uncover and being part of this project. I'm sure we're so blessed by you, but both of you, and of course the entire band as well. To the rest of you as well, thank you so much for tuning in, for watching. We hope that you've really been blessed. And of course, if you want more content like this, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. It's called Let's Get Real. Also, you can follow us on all our social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, on Twitter. Where else are we on? Are we not on TikTok yet? We're on Discord, of course. Very important part. Producer just reminded me, Discord community server. You can, of course, join our server there. We've got we've got many people there to do live with you. So until next time, this has been an episode of Uncover with Clement and Pastor Andy for the song Kurindukan Mu. Thank you and bye-bye.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to yet another episode of our podcast. We believe and trust that you'll be inspired, blessed, and encouraged by this episode.
And if you'd like to see more episodes like this, be sure to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with your friends.
Also, we have a Discord community where you can join, have fun, and even seek for prayer. And of course, if you want to support this ministry, this studio, and keep us going, you can drop your love gifts at the bank details that you see on your screens right now.
Be sure to earmark Let's Get Real or LGR so that we know that your giving will be used for this show.
Thank you so much in advance. Until next time, God bless.